For years, Marcus Johnson took pride in his front yard. His home, nestled in a quiet suburban neighborhood, had always been his sanctuary. One of his favorite features was the row of thick green hedges he had planted along the front edge of his property. Not only did they give him privacy, but they also softened the look of the yard, adding a natural beauty that neighbors often admired. To Marcus, those hedges were more than landscaping. They symbolized the hard work he had put into making his house a home. But not everyone appreciated his hedges. The president of the Neighborhood Homeowners Association, Linda known around the block for her strict nitpicky enforcement of rules, often had something to say about them. Residents jokingly called her the HOA Karen, a title she wore proudly, as she frequently patrolled the streets with a clipboard in hand. She claimed Marcus's hedges violated the neighborhood's uniform appearance guidelines, though the rules were vague at best. One morning, Marcus left for work as usual. By the time he returned, his heart sank. The hedges he had trimmed and cared for were gone, cut down to stubs. Linda had hired landscapers, claiming she had authority to correct violations. Furious and hurt, Marcus confronted her, but she brushed him off, saying it's for the good of the neighborhood. To Marcus, it felt less like rule enforcement and more like a personal attack. Instead of lashing out, Marcus decided to turn the situation into a statement. The following weekend, he got to work. He purchased cinder blocks, mortars, and tools, and slowly but steadily began constructing a solid wall right where the hedges had stood. Neighbors watched in awe as Marcus built the wall taller and sturdier. Each day, unlike the hedges, which blended in with the greenery, the wall was bold, immovable, and impossible to ignore. When Linda saw the wall, she was livid. She tried to argue that it violated HOA rules, but Marcus calmly showed her the bylaws. Nowhere did they prohibit walls, and in fact, they were explicitly permitted so long as they were within property lines, which his was. Her attempt to control him had backfired spectacularly. Soon, neighbors began praising Marcus for standing his ground. Some even admitted they admired the wall more than the hedges, calling it a fortress against HOA nonsense. What had started as an act of spite became a symbol of resilience. Marcus hadn't just built a wall of concrete, he had built a wall of dignity. One that reminded everyone that homeownership meant taking pride in your space, no matter what the Karens of the world might say.